you ever loved someone and that someone doesn't love you back? I know this is a very familiar scenario to different people, or to most people. Now, I want to speak to people who are in a relationship. One of the things that I have learned, especially working with survivors who have been abused, is that at one point, especially in a psychological abuse or any other kind of abuse in an intimate partner relationship, I realized is that sometimes we bed too raw and we allow people to ride on our back. You know, think about it. No one would lie on your back until you bed down for them to ride on it. And so I've realized, especially in a relationship, especially when someone has rejected you, if someone have rejected you, possibilities are you can become depressed, because this is someone that maybe you have worked with, this maybe is your husband, this is your wife, this have been your boyfriend, this have been your girlfriend, and all of a sudden they have rejected you. And you see, when there is a rejection, the person rejecting you give all manner of reasons. You know, when I sit in counseling, when a husband is rejecting the wife, or the wife is rejecting the husband, or the vice versa, even with boyfriend and girlfriends, they bring a lot of excuses. You know, my wife has added a lot of weight, that's why I went into an extramarital relationship. You know, my husband can't do this, that's why I have been in an extra marital relationship. You know, there's a lot of to justify. And I keep on saying, in every act there is a justification. We can give a justification for everything. However, I ask couples, when there is a problem, do you go look for someone, or do you discuss that? However, when it gets to a certain level and the rejection is too much, I keep on saying, don't push yourself to the person. Because the more you push yourself to that person, the more they abuse you, and the more they push you back. You can imagine, someone is pushing you out and you're pushing yourself inside. Oh my God, it's so painful. It's really, really painful. So what does that mean? When it gets to that point and you realize, here, sit down and reflect and ask yourself, am I worth all this? Most of the time why we push ourselves, we don't push ourselves in because of ourselves. We know what is happening is not a very good thing. In most cases, we push ourselves in to continue with more rejection because of what people will say. And a case scenario is in a marital setup, or in an intimate partner relationship. You know, everybody knew I was married. Everybody knew I was the husband of so and so. And so even if I will try to cover up, and people try to cover up, and they get depressed because we are covering up. Unfortunately, we are living in a life of lies. So this is what I tell people. If you are rejected, don't push yourself. Don't be needy. Ask yourself, why am I this needy of love? I've found people who are very needy of love. Needy to an extent they allow themselves to be abused because they need to be loved. And the reason why we are needy of love is because, one, we don't have power within us. We don't value ourselves. The moment you'll get your power back and stand and say, you are not going to ride on my back again, that is the moment you have your power back. You will stand on your legs, and the person rejecting you will be looking for you. So the trick is here. First, have your power back. Refuse. So if the person is pushing you out, walk slowly. Even if it means walking, crawling, walk slowly, standing. If the person was interested with you, they will come for you. If from the word go they were not interested, then let me tell you, something better is coming. But don't allow yourself to be abused in a relationship. Don't be needy of love. And actually, the more you become needy, the more they hate you. See, men and women, the more you become needy of that love, the more you become oye, the more you become vulnerable, the more they push you out. So take your power back, stand. Don't allow anyone to lie down your back. Start walking slowly. Before you get to the gate, you'll have made a decision. So let's have our power back, and let's not allow people to lie on our back, because we are very important people.